like what the parents can do. So one of the things you said was to kind of, from a young age, set up discussions about sexuality as something important, something healthy and natural to talk about. What are some other things that parents can do if their child does come out to them, or if they suspect their child might be gay, if they maybe intercept an email that suggests that their child might be gay and they want to raise the topic?
Well, I think from day one, the parents should not assume that they have heterosexual children. I believe that it's very important for them to understand that there is a significant number of children growing up from day one who will have same-sex attractions. And so for the parent to say, in essence, you don't have to be heterosexual for me to love you, that whatever it is that you are all about, whatever your sexuality may emerge, that's okay with me because I love you unconditionally. And I think that's the most important thing that I would tell parents, that if you love your child, then you love your child unconditionally, regardless of the sexuality. So I think it's important for parents to not sort of push a heterosexual agenda on their child. Even if they are almost certain that that child is going to be heterosexual, I still think it's important for them to leave the doors open, because there are many young people who may think that they are heterosexual, believe they are heterosexual, and then at points, during adolescence and beyond, begin to say, well, maybe I'm not totally heterosexual. Maybe I'm mostly heterosexual, or maybe I'm bisexual. So I think it's important for parents to leave the door open and to absolutely convey to the child, no matter what, you're our child and we will love you and support you no matter what. Now that's an ideal world, and I understand that. If the parent has a problem or has difficulty accepting it, then I would really want to tell parents, do not use your child as your support network. Do not put that on the kid, but use your own support network. Talk to your spouse, talk to your religious leader, talk with your friends, talk with your sisters and brothers. Don't use your young person as your therapist. Go outside, do your own thing, try to be as accepting and non-reactive as possible.
I think the other thing is that, having the parents talk to other people in some ways gives them an opportunity to see a little window of what it's like for their child to come out, because in some ways it's the same experience for a parent to have to come out to other people about the sexual orientation of their child. And so as they struggle with that or have nervous feelings about telling their sister or their brother, they get a window into what it's like for their child to have to think about telling other people that as well.
There are support groups, so it's not as if they have to be alone. If they want to reach out, there are, in many communities, parents, friends, and families of gays, lesbians, and bisexuals that can help them. There may be other support services that they can rely on, so they are not alone. Even though they may feel like they are the only parent who has a gay child, that is not the case.
Right.
And I think that's really important to know. I think it's also worth noting that research has actually shown that many parents have a suspicion about their child. And I think this is especially true if they have a close relationship with their child. And that is, how can it be that they have no idea at all that their child may have same-sex attractions? I mean, that has been conveyed very likely in many small and significant ways over the life course. So I think I would tell a parent, think back. Are you really surprised? Are you really shocked? Maybe this is something that you have sort of not dealt with in the past, even though you've known that it exists. The research actually shows that mothers tend to be more aware than fathers of the sexuality of their child, and I think the key is not gender here, but the involvement in the child's life.
Right.
I also think that in many ways, parents tend to be more aware of their male child, their son's sexual orientation, more so than their daughter's sexual orientation, because I think it's easier to excuse the daughter's looming lesbian or bisexual attractions because of just being sort of assertive or being involved in sports. And I think that parents don't sort of think of their daughter perhaps as having a sexuality. The other thing I think is very important to note here, and this is particularly a problem I think for bisexual young people, that is, parents end up thinking, well, if you're attracted to the opposite sex as well as the same sex, why don't you just put all of your eggs in that basket with the opposites? If you can have sex and have love and have a family, a normal family, then just choose that way and just sort of set the other side away from yourself for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really denying the authentic aspect of bisexuality. And I would venture for both parents and for the child to not sort of be automatically leaning towards the heterosexual side, even though it might be easier and it might save the parents' status in the community.